Hey guys, what's up? It is day 15 and this is halfway through 30 videos in 30 days. I'm actually kind of getting sad because I love doing these videos. But today is going to be about acne. This is another huge topic that literally people ask about all the time, and it's kind of interesting to me because before I got into the whole vegan scene and all this kind of stuff like years ago, I never heard so many people talk about acne. Okay, so it seems like acne is a huge issue, especially in the vegan community, especially in the high carb, low fat vegan community. I'm just going to share with you guys a few things about my experience and research and things that I've noticed. You can just take it, you can consider it, you can try it, you can not try it, like whatever, you just do whatever you want to do. First of all, I will say that I firmly believe that acne has a whole lot to do with hormones, okay? This is why, number one, a lot of people have issues with acne when they go through puberty. Like, there you go. There's a lot of people that have hormonal acne when they go through puberty, and you know, it usually goes away with time. It just takes some time for their bodies to get used to, you know, the hormones going in and out of their body and all that kind of stuff, and they're trying to just deal with that, and that's very common. You know, it's very common to walk into any type of high school or middle school and see tons of people with acne, and then you see them 5 or 10 years later and they don't have any, okay? It's because it's a hormonal issue. But I will say at the same time that what a lot of people do, especially girls, is once they start seeing all these zits and all these problems and stuff going on with their skin, they freak out and they hate it and they go and get on birth control. Okay, so that's going to mess up their hormones even more. So if this is one thing that you've done is, you know, you had really bad acne and you just ran and got on birth control, well, I would highly encourage you to reconsider that and let your hormones balance out naturally on their own. Because just putting synthetic hormones in your body trying to fix this issue is not going to be the best solution in the long run. Second of all, when it comes to hormones, you have to understand that food influences your hormones in a huge way, okay? So I did a video about fiber and are you eating too much fiber in your diet and that type of thing. You can check that out. But basically, food has so much to do with your hormones, has to do with your estrogen, your testosterone, your progesterone, all those type of things, and you need all of those to be working good, right? Especially for acne. So in my other video that I did about are you eating too much fiber, basically a lot of people, especially high carb vegans, are eating so much fiber, and you're going to the bathroom all the time, like numerous times a day, and you feel light, you feel good, that type of thing, but you are totally depleting your body of estrogen, okay? The more fiber that you have in your diet, the lower your estrogen is going to be. That's why plant-based diets have a lower, like when they take blood samples of women on plant-based diets, they have a lower estrogen value than women who are not on plant-based diets. Specifically, people who are just like obsessed with eating a ton of fiber and stuff, your estrogen is going to be lower. Same thing for people who are addicted to laxatives and that type of thing. Like, they have lower estrogen. That's why you end up having no period. And then all those things happen that you don't want to deal with. Same thing can be said for like bone density, testosterone levels, all that type of thing. So if you have low estrogen, if you have low progesterone, if you have low testosterone, if you have low bone density, maybe you don't even know if you have low bone density, maybe you, you know, are like really prone to stress fractures or broken bones or, you know, like achy bones and stuff like that, I would go get tested for that. But I know that you think that has nothing to do with acne, but it actually does. I'm just trying to point out the fact that food has so much to do with your hormones, okay? And it doesn't only just affect your skin, but it's also affecting the way that you are digesting food, your bone health, your hormone health, everything. So I say all of that about the fiber to say that people who are on higher fat diets actually have higher estrogen, okay? And testosterone, it's been shown. So if you're on a super low fat diet and your estrogen is really low, you might want to consider increasing your fat intake a little bit. That might help a little bit. All in all, what I'm trying to say when it comes to hormones is that you want good balanced hormones. The better balance of your hormones that you have, the better your skin is going to be. I will say also there are people who suffer from hormonal acne when they come to a vegan diet, because again, the hormone thing, like, they are eating crazy amounts of food or crazy amounts of certain types of food, and they're not eating enough fat, or they're not eating enough protein or whatever, and that is throwing off their hormones as well. Know that there's a lot of people who have really, really good results when they eat super low fat, like maybe that's what helps their acne. But at the same time, and on the other hand, there are people who have really bad results when they eat super low fat. Their acne gets crazy. And so those people are probably the ones watching this video right now, but those people are the ones that basically think, okay, I've seen Susie go through this, and I've seen her like push through this detox period or whatever for the last few months, and now her skin is perfect, so I'm gonna do that too. So you do that, and you do it, and you do it, and you do it, and you do it, and then like a year or two later, here you are, and your acne is absolutely horrible, and you still think that you're detoxing and stuff. Okay, my tip to you would be to reconsider what you're doing. Okay, it's great that it worked for Susie, it's great that her skin is awesome now, but if you're continuing to just like basically run yourself into the ground and you're hitting your head up against the wall to try to make this go away with this super low fat diet, you're not touching any avocados or nuts or seeds or oils or anything, and you're just having issues, like, you might want to reconsider that. I would encourage you actually to increase your fat intake and see how that goes. I know a lot of people who have done this and it's helped them so much. Also, I know that a high fruit diet can be a big problem for a lot of people. Some people, their skin just doesn't work well eating tons and tons of fruit. Like, it just doesn't, especially bananas and dates. A lot of people who've said that when they eat a ton of bananas or a ton of dates, they get really, really bad acne. I don't know specifically why that is, but that's just something. If you're eating a ton of bananas or a ton of dates or a ton of like super, super, super high like sugary type of sweet fruit, and you are having this acne problem, I would encourage you to back off of the sweet fruit, see how that changes things. And I also know that there's been a lot of people who have really good success when they switch over to a higher fat, I'm not saying high fat, I'm just saying add in some overt fats and starches. That seems to help a ton of people. So many people struggle with acne on supposedly the healthiest diet in the world. Okay, so this is an awesome way to eat and everything, but if you are super extreme with your food choices and you're basically just living off a handful of foods, at the end of the day, you can actually end up causing yourself to have food intolerances the longer that you keep food out of your diet and like the fewer foods that you're living off of. And that might be your problem too. You might want to be one of these people who says, okay, you know, like, I can't eat this, this, or this because it's going to give me acne, and now here you are living off of like 3 foods and you don't know what to do about that. But anytime you eat this other food, then you have issues and you're scared to eat that food because of what you think it's going to do for your acne and all that. My biggest tip would be, unless you are like seriously like clinically diagnosed with certain intolerances and stuff like that, I would just be really careful about the whole intolerance thing, because you can build it up in your mind to think that you have all these issues and you can't eat anything but like broccoli and asparagus and brown rice, and then like you can't eat anything because whatever you put in your body is going to cause a bad reaction. So it's almost like you can sometimes get too detox, if that makes sense. You don't want to get that far to where if you even just look at a food, like you're having skin issues. Those are some of my biggest tips. I would really look into the hormonal thing, you know, and understand that food plays a really, really big role in that. And also, you know, if you're eating a ton of bananas, ton of dates, ton of fruit, and you're having a hard time with it, then I would reconsider. But again, at the end of the day, like, you're not Susie. I know that there's a ton of success stories out there that are awesome, that have people who have done really, really good on a fruit-based diet, and it's totally healed their acne and stuff. But then there's equally as many stories out there of people who have got on a fruit-based diet and it's totally jacked up their face big time. So you just kind of have to play with it. Everybody's different. It's okay. Like, just because you eat something different than someone else doesn't make you a bad person. Like, you're gonna be okay. I hope that's helpful. Let me know how that works for you guys, and I will see you guys tomorrow for day 16. Hope you guys have a great day. Bye.